Hello, strong people. Week 2, day 2 of OSG Mid-Atlantic Regional Prep. It's sandbag toss and deadlift day. Although it's just going to be sandbag, or not sandbag. We're not doing sandbag toss. We're doing just deadlifts and, the accessory movements, but main movement-wise. It's raining. It's been raining for hours, which is why it's so dark in here as well. Because it's raining, I can't open up the doors in here to get any light in. So I just have this little window right there, and that's my only light source. I'm probably going to ask my wife if she has a light. I know we have a lantern or something. So essentially, I'm training like the Amish would today. Or the hair on my screen. If the Amish trained strongmen, I assume it would be something similar to this. Yeah, I mean, what they do is kind of strongman anyway, so I don't know. I don't even know. I think we have set to 3. I don't know exactly. I know what the top number is on deads. I think it's 630, something like that, for 3 plus. And there's 2 other sets before that that are, I'm assuming, 3 reps. That's usually how it goes. So usually, it's a 5-3-1 program essentially for my main lifts some of the time. That's kind of what this is. So it's like 5-5-5 the first week. Well, I should say 5-5-5 plus. This week it should be 3-3-3 plus. I think next week it's 5 reps, 3 reps, 1 plus. So something like that. So I'm going to get warmed up because there's not a whole lot for me to talk about other than just lifting. Oh, I know what. Strongman Corporation just got bought by James Deffenbaugh and Lynn Morehouse, who, if you're unaware of, if you don't compete, that's cool. But that's kind of a big deal in our world because I think most people would agree with this. Strongman Corp is like the king when it comes to amateur strongman. I'm not saying USS is bad, but as far as caliber of athletes, I think everybody would agree that Strongman Corp, just generally speaking, has higher quality athletes. That's not like saying promotion-wise or like event-wise they're any better or any worse than the other. But just when you look at the guys from Strongman Corp, you see, it's hard to even say. Lucas Hatton just competed at the Arnold UK a few months back, and he took second at nationals like 2 years ago. So, we have Strongman Corp has the Arnold. So, a lot of guys, a lot of top amateur guys want to go compete at that level at the Arnold, and so I think that draws a lot more athletes in. Generally speaking, it's harder to qualify for Strongman Corporation Nationals too. Usually you have to win a Strongman Corp show, or if there's enough people, then there's more national invites. But, generally speaking, if there's like less than 5 people in your class, you got to win the show. So a little bit easier to qualify for Nats. At USS, it's if you win novice, you go to nationals, which I have my opinions on that, but it doesn't matter. Or in open, it's like the podium qualifies. So that's a lot of invites, in general. They put on a massive show every year, USS does. It's a 1-day, 5-event show usually. And they do well. I don't hear many complaints about running the show itself, so kudos to them. I might do it next year. Who knows? But I think that's big news for Strongman Corp because I think a lot of us in the amateur scene, we're kind of getting tired of it. It's just kind of losing its luster in a way because it seems like things, I don't know, there's so many things that we think could be better, and I just don't feel like it's been listened to. And when your demographic is entirely amateur athletes, I think it makes sense to listen to us. So I don't know, when you don't listen to us and it just doesn't seem to be flowing right, it's probably time for a change. So I know these two will do well. Lynn, if you don't know, is I don't know if you want to call it the owner of Official Strongman Games or whatever you want to call him, but he promotes OSG, the big show, which is the one I'm trying to qualify for this year. He's also putting on the regional that I'm doing. And James has been working with Lynn for a long time. James has been helping at Strongman Corp for a long time. He makes a lot of the equipment we use. Great. Can't wait to see what happens. So that's enough talking. That has nothing to do with really what I'm doing. this year. So if I would have heard that announcement earlier in the year, if it was newer, I might have considered doing nationals just to see how much better it is if there was a comparison. Because nationals is not far out, so I don't know how much of a say they'll have, in this short of time. I don't know. So no way of knowing, at least until it comes and goes. So I'm anxious to see how they do it, though. All right, that's enough talking. Let's get to lifting. Let's get warmed up. It's really hot in here because everything's closed. There's no air movement, so should be a fun one. Let's get into it. All right, I feel comfortable enough speaking now that the rain has died down. There was no way you were going to hear me a little bit ago. So I've already done, you've seen it already, but I've done deadlifts and I've done Dimble deadlifts. I was going to, check in after deadlifts, but you couldn't hear me. There's no way. It's now pretty much pitch black in here, so that's cool, except for this little window. So that's where I'm at. Maybe I'll be a real influencer and get a ring light or whatever. I just need a lamp. I need some sort of light in here. I've already tripped twice. Nothing bad, but I don't want to trip and die in here like this. Deadlifts felt great. I was really happy with that. Last week was basically a deload, I'm going to say, just because, well, I don't know. I don't want to say complete deload, but deadlift day last week went terrible. So I'm not too surprised, being that I pushed pretty hard the week before. I did 650 for 7 or something like that, or 670. 670 for 7. That's what it was. I think. So I'm not really surprised, and that was, I don't know if I could have gone any more after that one. So I'm not surprised that the week after that was bad, just because I went a little bit crazy that week. But it felt good today. The hardest part about deadlifting now is that I'm trying to adjust. It's not even deadlifting. It's just the straps I'm using. I liked those other black and red Cerberus figure 8s that you've seen in like all my videos. I have 2 different pairs. I have a big pair and a small pair. Small pair I use for regular bars. The big pair I use for axle, just because axles are thicker. You need a little bit more length on the straps to just use it. To use straps on an axle. So I was messing around last week with turning my straps like halfway onto themselves to shorten them up, tighten them up on my wrist a little bit so they wouldn't slide, because I have that problem all the time. And I tore out most of the stitching in one of the straps, so I could still use it, but they slide off my hands. And on a rep event, I just can't have that. I can't be wasting time, wasting energy adjusting the straps in the middle of the set. So I've been putting off using these. They're a newer figure 8 from Cerberus. I like the material way more. It's not cotton. It's like I don't even know what you want to call it, but it's, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what you want to call it, but I love them. I think they're called like their Extreme V2 straps or whatever, so maybe they're stronger. I don't know. But I much prefer this material, and the worst, I don't like how they're made, sort of. And what I mean by that is there's like a long, thin patch. I think I have a pair over here, a smaller pair, because I got 2 pairs of these as well. Let's see if I can find them. Maybe. I'll just grab these. Oh, there it is. Ooh, ooh. Almost died again, guys. All right. I'm back. Oh, that was weird. So, see how they're sewn onto themselves like that? It's kind of tough to get into position. On the other figure 8s, they're it's not there. They form an X, like a true number 8. So and this middle here is stiff, so it's hard to get into position with the suit on. As you can see, I had to adjust my setup a little bit. I had to widen my feet and reach down with both hands in the middle, strap in that way, and then slide my hands out, slide my feet in, just to get into position. It wouldn't be that big of a deal if I wasn't wearing a suit. But what I've realized is I just need to pretty much break in this middle section and get it folded over on itself so it kind of forms to the bar. So I've been, in between sets, I was putting these underneath my 100 or my 50 kg plates to try to break them in a little bit more. These are brand new. I got them months ago, and I've never used them because I didn't like the way they felt right away, which it's just me being a weenie, basically. There was nothing wrong with my other straps at the time. The material on these I prefer these so much more, the feel. And after using them consistently today on every set, I like them. They feel a little bit weird at first, but the way that they position my hands, the hands, I don't know how to describe it, but it almost pulls the bar in closer to my body, which I like a lot. So as someone who kind of struggles with the bar getting away from them sometimes, these kind of correct it. And I'm not sponsored by Cerberus or anything to say any of this. It's just, I just like their stuff. And they do not slide off my wrists at all. They are on there, which is also a bad thing. You know, if I lose my balance, or if I drop a rep and I lose my balance, pass out, whatever might happen, I'm stuck. I am falling head over heels, and it's not going to be fun. So try not to think about that, obviously. You just got to do your set and move on. But with the other straps, I could let them go easily. The same as like a regular strap. If I just move my hand slightly, I could let that slide off, which is also a problem because they wanted to slide off while I was pulling. So I'm fighting that during the lift, which I just don't want. So once I break these in, I am going to like them more. I like them now that I've used them for a session, gotten used to them a little bit, and I think they're going to be way better for reps. So that's exciting because I was looking at buying a different set of straps, SBD maybe, because they have some figure 8s, and they're built the way that I imagined these would be. A true number 8 is what they look like. But I remember trying them at the Arnold, but I don't really remember liking them. They had a bunch on display there, but I don't know. So on to the next thing. I've talked enough now. I've already been out here too long. I tried to record this part of the video after deadlifts, like I mentioned, and I didn't. I sat down, and before I realized it downpoured, and I got like that whole corner of the gym soaked because I had the garage door open a little bit, and it just downpoured on the side. So I got some stuff wet over there, but I don't have anything super crazy over there that can't get wet. And just not ideal. So yeah, I'm going to go I actually have squats now, high SSB box squats, deadlift stance. Not fun after regular deads, but we'll see what we can do. So let's get into it. Oh, all right. I'm calling the video there. My wife did end up bringing down a lantern, so I really appreciate that, because it was getting pretty annoying just doing everything by phone light. This lantern's helping a lot, so not a bad. This is a first for me. No power. I mean, I've had no power in here since I've moved the shed last week, but it's not been to the point where I needed lights or anything. I usually have the doors open, and it's still pretty light outside. But having that garage door open, because the sun is actually, it sets on that side. So whenever it's getting late at night, if this door's open, I get a lot of sunlight coming in. But right now, with the door shut, or pretty much anytime the door is shut, unless it's early in the morning, I'm not going to get any light in here, really. So this lantern is going to be kind of important. It's going to be my best friend for the foreseeable future. Squats went, it's so humid. You can tell, you can probably tell by just like the videos, but my shirt is like a completely different color. There's pieces of it that are the original color, but everything else is just soaked. I'm feeling it too. I'm getting a little bit drained. It's hard to keep up with the water when you're sweating this bad. But I'm happy with tonight's workout. It's not completely done. I have like a couple accessories to do. Maybe. I honestly don't know. But I did the big things I wanted to do tonight. Deadlifts were good. Dimmels were good. That's the heaviest I've gone on dimmels, and I used the axle, so I don't think it matters too much on dimmels if you use a different bar, but the axle, generally speaking, is just harder because it's thicker, further away from you. So, and that's what I'm using in competition, so might as well use it. And then something I don't like doing really is I'm squatting after deadlifts, but it's on the menu, so we did it. And what's even on here? Let's just bar away. I don't remember what the Titan SSB weighs, but I have 4 45s and a 25 on each side, so it's at least 455. I know it's more than that. I think this bar is 61 pounds. I'm pretty sure, because it's a weird number. So 16 pounds onto 455, 471. Pretty good math. So I think this is 471 on here for sets of 6. High deadlift stance box squat. I could have gone up, but the bar felt, I'm not used to having that heavy of a weight on my back right now. I noticed that feeling goes away from me quick. If I stop doing if I don't have heavy squats or like a yoke in my program, I can feel the weight on my back is where I notice things go rapidly. After like 1 or 2 weeks without that, I can notice a difference whenever I go back to it. It didn't feel bad though. It felt good. I did it bare knee. I'm wearing leggings, so I guess I had a little bit of warmth there. But I wasn't about to put on, I'm not like doing super deep squats or not doing anything super crazy to need knee sleeves for that, which is good for me because I never go without sleeves. I swear by that. I don't think many people would agree with that. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't see any reason to not use them. Because it's keeping your joints warm. I don't know. I don't understand the thought process behind not using them. I get they give you a little bit of oomph, a little bit of pop, maybe, but I think, I don't think that it's as good. Training without sleeves, I don't think is equal to like training without a belt to train your core more. I don't think those two things are the same. So even with beltless, I'm probably going to throw on sleeves if I have beltless training. I just don't see any reason to not wear sleeves. I'm willing to listen to other people's reasons on that. I know Eddie Hall said otherwise. He never wore sleeves until like a month out from shows or whatever he claimed, which I see. A lot of his training lifts are completely raw. So he stood by that. I'm getting off topic here. I need to wrap this up. So, good day. I'm really tired, sweaty. I'm ready to go inside. So that's really about it. Yeah. I think there's something else I was going to say, but Oh well, can't be that important if I'm not remembering. So go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.